In an age where cars are getting quieter, this car is stepping up the game. So, as many of you know, I have a little Alpine A290 that has been my runaround car. I am looking to replace it, and I considered getting a BMW M2. However, before I made that decision, Hyundai hit me up and they said, why don't you try our version of an M2? The Ioniq 5N. They didn't call it their version of an M2, just disclaimer, just in case. The car that Hyundai gave me is in this wonderful gravity gold color. I call it satin silver. It reminds me of the DeLorean out of Back to the Future, and the styling is very Back to the Future, but not in the film way, but just like it's futuristic. If you come to the front of the car, you can see that not only are the LED daytime running lights in the center, they have pixels on them, like Pac-Man, but also around the back of the car, we get more Pac-Man pixels. I think it makes the car look quirky. Every time I've seen this car, I've looked at it and thought, that looks really nice. But the one thing that surprised me about this car, and I'm not sure if it'll be able to be captured on camera, is that this is supposed to be a hot hatch, a hatchback. It's like the size of an SUV. Like, it's hard to describe how large this car is. Have you ever seen a picture of someone online and you met them in person and been like, oh, you're taller than I thought? That's this car. It's just a lot bigger than it looks. Oh yeah, and that synthetic sound that you heard earlier, watch this. It plays on the outside, kind of. It's very quiet. And for the price you pay for this car, you get, hey, that's like, imagine you could just wave at people while you're driving past. Like, hi there, look at my flap. Now, it's easy when talking about electric cars to get caught up in the mundane because they tend to be one-trick ponies. They're fast in a straight line, and that's about it. This car is fast in a straight line, but it has a few more tricks up its sleeve, like an artificial gearbox without, oh my goodness, this is fast, with artificial sound as well. Look, even crackles, like a DSG. Hey, in case you like your cars on the side of silly. Whoa, triggering the traction control. And we're going uphill. Do you know how hard it is to trigger traction control when you're going uphill? That is mad. Okay, all things aside, we should talk about the serious stuff when it comes to electric cars, like the efficiency, which is good. I'm 78% charged and I've got 143 miles range. Anyway, now that's done. Oh, wait, hold on. So we're having launch control issues. We're having performance anxiety apparently, but one good thing about launch control, one good thing about electric cars is that you don't really need launch control to experience their power. Oh, jeez. Sounds like B-movie.
There's a bee in the car! Ah! Ah!
I'm driving.
Hi, bee.
Oh gosh, hey, let's turn the, okay, so I'm gonna turn the shift back on because, so you're probably thinking, why is Tommy so excited? And it's just because the manual shifting aspect in an EV is flipping hilarious. I mean, you don't need to do it. It doesn't improve your performance whatsoever. In fact, it reduces your performance, but it just makes it so much more fun and engaging. You're probably thinking, but Tommy, how does it work? And well, I'll tell you in very simple terms. It kind of just pretends to shift gear by limiting your torque. And then when you press next gear, it'll cut the electric power and then drop it back in, but with a different torque map. And the shifts are in fact almost as aggressive as in SVG. Oh shit! It's not planted at all because it keeps getting air. That's so weird. In terms of the Ioniq 5 platform, it's again very large. That means I can comfortably sit behind myself. So I always say this in my videos, I'm 6 foot. There's enough space for me here to sit behind myself comfortably, and there's enough space for 2 other adults in the back because of the sheer volume of the car. You also get manually operated blinds because automatic ones are apparently too heavy. You get a Bose sound system. You get a lot of USB ports. You get vehicle to load charging as well, and wireless charging, all for the humble price. Well, I'll tell you the price in a minute and you're going to be very surprised because it's not cheap. Now the car does regular car stuff, so you have adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and also Hyundai throw in this wonderful blind spot awareness system, so you can see your blind spots when you indicate. That's cool. Also, the car has a pretty powerful Bose sound system. You have a heads-up display, driver's infotainment display connected to the main infotainment display, which is very clear, very easy to use. It's almost like Android, but it's not running on Android. And you also still get physical buttons in case you need to do anything physically. If I'm being honest, especially when you look at other cars, this looks very quirky. Even the standard Ioniq 5 looks very nice in my opinion. In this N package, I think it looks amazing. It's just really large. Like, it's really, really big. Like, I just wish I could explain to you how big it is. But I respect the fact that Hyundai aren't scared to try new design languages, although some of the backs of their new cars, like the Santa Fe and the big Ioniq thing, questionable, I would say. You know what? Electric cars can be boring. I'm not an EV hater, but the fact that this has a gearbox, it just instantly makes it more exciting. And because the gearbox isn't real, you could just sit a red line all day if you want. Like, sometimes I'll just... And if you're not a fan of fake engine noises, if you press Evolution, it makes it sound like a spaceship, like a really Jetson-y spaceship thing. That, I think I actually prefer that. Yeah. And then you also have supersonic, which is, this is the Jetson fighter sound. But my favorite sound of them all is no sound. And that kind of sums up this car. It's fun to have all these cool little features, but when you're actually going to use them, because I don't think anyone's going to be driving around with fake gear shifts and fake engine noise all day, although some BMW drivers do. Essentially, what you actually want this car for is probably to carry your family around. This is the kind of car for the guy that wants something practical, and he told his wife, yeah, I'll get an electric car, but then they want something silly at the same time. So, dead badger. So you pick up one of these. So I guess the question is, if you're looking for a sporty car, and for some reason you want that car to be electric, what other car do you have other than this? I mean, the Alpine A290 is a sporty, hot hatch, but it's not as fast, well, nowhere near as fast, and it's nowhere near as quirky as the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, although it's also significantly cheaper, with this car in front of us being between 60 to 70,000, depending on options. And for that, you get manual seats, plasticky feeling materials, and I don't know, just not really £60,000 worth of car experience. The performance is good. It handles exceptionally well as well, especially for the size and the weight. But at the same time, 60,000 Great British pounds is a bit ridiculous to me. But on the other hand, you can say, for £60,000, what you're going to get that has 640 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, has 2 electric motors, and can simulate gear shifts. There's nothing. There is nothing like that. But who really wants that in a hatchback? That's not really a hatchback because it's more like a crossover. Hyundai tried to make the best possible version of a hot hatch with an EV platform, and I think they've succeeded in that.